This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. On second down, Cook. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
18 yards there, down to the 18 and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 14 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
He's got Higbee complete right side. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Paul over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go. And sometimes they're well prepared and excited to start this game.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw it is Hall. To throw on 3rd down. This will be complete to Mechie. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Mond looks to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joe Williams. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough.
This is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Cook up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Now Mond on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Cook. Will score. Touchdown, Vikings. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And now out comes Houston.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Hall on 1st and 10. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Cook again. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Now Mon. He'll find Smith-Marset complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line.
From the gun, here's Mon.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe
it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Amir Smith-Marset.
His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Boy, still, and now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at them. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.